Hey guys, it's Brittany with Scott Liver Marketing. Today I wanted to go over how to set up a direct mail campaign, which will allow you to send postcards to both your database or to a targeted area. This specific tip will be going over how to use pre-made templates provided by the direct mail campaign itself, which means that you have not yet designed a postcard via the design section of Command or through a third-party platform. If you have created a postcard design, I've hyperlinked the correct tip video underneath this one, as the process will be different. To start, I am logged in on the Command platform and I'm right on the home screen. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on the campaigns icon. And this does usually take a second to load. Once your campaigns section has loaded, we're going to go ahead and click on Create a New Campaign in the top right-hand corner. And then we're going to go ahead and select Direct Mail. Once we have this screen, we're going to go ahead and give this campaign a name. If you are going to be using it to advertise a specific listing, attract listings, whatever it may be, you may want to notate that in the title. I'm going to be using this one specifically to advertise a listing today, so I'm going to put the listing address in my title, just so down the line, if I want to come back and check statistics or confirm that my mailer went out correctly, I'll be able to locate it within my campaign section. So it's just going to help you keep everything organized. So I'm going to put listing and then copy and paste my address. Once I have my title, I'm just going to select what the goal of my postcard is. Again, I'm going to be doing the advertised listing. However, if you're looking to attract listings, brand awareness, attract talent, event awareness, whatever you'd like, you can essentially select whichever goal you're looking to accomplish. Once you've done that, we're going to have two options underneath. We have the default provided or default templates provided, which is what we're going to be using today. You also have the upload a custom template. If you have created an actual design, you'll be using the upload a custom template, which we do have a separate tip video for, and I've hyperlinked it underneath this video for you. But we're going to go ahead and click on default templates provided. And then we're just going to click on Set Up Campaign. Where I selected listing, and I'll click out of this just to show you guys really quick, where I select a listing to advertise for my postcard, it is going to allow me to select that listing from KWLS 2.0, which essentially means I'll have access to all of the marketing for that specific listing. If you selected a different goal, you will still need to select a listing address here, as this is how it is going to target your audience. So in other words, whatever address you're putting here is going to be the target address for your audience, whether you want that to be a listing that maybe you're doing an open house for, a recently sold listing, your office, maybe your actual residential property where you live, whatever area you are looking to target, this address is going to start that targeting for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Select Listing. That way I can actually pull up my listing. If you do click on Select Listing and you're not having anything populate, keep in mind that you can adjust the status and you can also show all listings. So for here, I'm just going to update the status so it shows every listing that she has had. Or if you're looking to populate all listings, you can click all listings and then search that route. So just make sure that you're not limiting these. For this one, I'm going to be doing the 3066 North Davis Drive, and I'm just going to go ahead and select that one. Once you've located and selected your listing, you can go ahead and just make sure that all of your listing information is populating correctly. Starting with the address, I have that showing up. Country, everything should be pulling over from the MLS, so it should be relatively accurate. Just make sure that it looks correct. We have our listing price, listing status. I'm going to update that to be just listed. If you do have a just sold or coming soon, or it's empty, you can leave that empty as well. So in other words, if you're not marketing a specific listing and you're looking to do brand awareness, you would leave that as empty. I'm just going to do just listed. Bedrooms and bathrooms. I'll update that. It pulls the synopsis over for you and everything. And then once I have this updated, again, just spot check it and make sure it looks good to go. I'm just going to go ahead and click on save. Underneath that, we have our listing photo. Click on that one. For your listing photo, it will require that the listing is 1200 by 800 or 1800 pixels. So if by some reason your photos that were added to the MLS were not that size, or essentially were smaller than that, that's completely fine. However, you will have to have one picture that is at least that large, whether you adjust it manually in Paint or you tweak it or whatever it may be, the picture does have to be at least 1200 by 1800. For these, when I select on any of these listings, they are unfortunately not large enough. So I've gone ahead and manually updated one of the listing photos to be the correct resolution. So you will want to make sure that you have an image on file that is going to be that 1200 by 1800. Again, if you're not marketing a specific listing, you would want that image to show whatever it is that you are marketing, whether it's an event, brand awareness, welcoming you to the new Keller Williams brokerage, whatever it may be. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on upload and replace image. And I'm going to grab my image that I resized for this. And then you'll see that error message goes away. And then I'll scroll down and I'm just going to click on save. We want to make sure that all of our check marks are green as we're moving down. And then I'm just going to move on to my agent section and I'll expand that. This should be pulling over directly from your marketing profile. So if this is blank, you can add this information in. However, if you've already added your information to your marketing profile, this will be pulling over for you. And if you guys need to adjust anything, adjust cropping, you do want to make sure that that's populating as a square. You guys can click on adjust cropping and crop that accordingly. Or you can upload a custom image. Maybe you have a new headshot or you have a specific headshot that you're looking to use for this postcard. You can add that in the same way that we just did the other picture, just by clicking on that, and it will allow you to locate your file. Once you make sure all of your agent information is added, again, just spell check your email, your phone number, make sure that looks correct. We're just going to go ahead and click on save. Moving on down to Market Center, you're going to see that your DBA logo should be pulling over from the marketing profile. You can also add in a different logo if there's a specific logo you are looking to add, whether it's the regular Keller Williams logo or the DBA logo for your Market Center. You can come in here and adjust that accordingly by uploading or cropping, depending on if you do have a longer logo that does not look valid here. If you happen to have a very long DBA name for your brokerage, it may look very squished. You can always add just the regular Keller Williams logo or the KW logo, whatever you'd like. Once you've gone ahead and updated your logo, you'll just want to make sure that you confirm that your office information is correct, starting with your DBA name. We have Keller Williams Realty Sunset Corridor for Lori. Then we have the full address. We have the city, state, we'll get that added in. And then our zip code. And once you have that full address added in, I'm just going to click on verify address. and make sure that you just have an option with a bubble. It may tweak it a little bit, and I'm just going to click on confirm. And then that should be all set. You guys can double check it and just make sure that it does look correct. Usually it's just going to update the zip code to have those additional digits. From there, we're just going to click on targeting. For targeting, you guys do have two options. You can either do local targeting, which is going to allow you to target based on the listing details that you previously added, or you can target your database. If you are looking to target your database, my personal recommendation would be to make sure that all of your contacts that you're looking to send this postcard out to have been tagged as such. So make sure that they all have a unique tag, whether it's mailer, whether it's a specific address, whatever it may be. It's going to make it that much easier when you go to click on add contacts. And I'll show you guys what that looks like just in case you do decide to target your database. So when I click on that, it's going to pull up all of our contacts. You can actually go ahead and click on tags. And then, like I said, you can select whichever tag you have used for those contacts, and it will essentially just pull those contacts up for you. And you can then select the ones that apply. In order for a contact to qualify for a direct mailer postcard, they do need to have a mailing address on file. If they don't have a mailing address on file, they won't populate as an option. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to cancel out of this because we're going to do local targeting. So I'm going to click on local targeting, and then I'm just going to click on save just to lock that in. And we'll get our targeting set up on the next step. Then we have our budget. As of right now, it's set as 200. You guys can adjust this in the next section. You also have access to select first class. Chances are if you have the 4x6, it's automatically going to be first class. However, if you select one of the other sizes, it will actually give you an option between first class and standard. So depending on the size of the postcard that you're looking to use, you have 4 inches by 6 inches, 6 inches by 9 inches, 6 inches by 11, or you have the contemporary template, just depending on what layout you like more for the 6x11. So for this one, I'm just going to do the KW compact, and I'm going to do the 4x6. And then you guys can tweak this accordingly. If you guys are doing 4x6, again, first class is the only option, so you'll just go ahead and click on save. And before moving on to targeting, there is one last huge step that I want to mention. Once you guys have selected the option that you're looking to use as far as the sizing goes, you'll notice if you scroll down a little bit, you have an option for a QR code. A QR code is going to be a specific code. It's just like a little picture. I'm sure you've seen them before. It allows people to use their phone and essentially pull up whatever that QR code is linked to. So in other words, this little image will be on all of your postcards, and it will direct them to a URL when they hover their camera phone over it. I'm going to turn this on just so I can show you guys what this looks like. So if you guys toggle tracking on, it should give you guys a green dot, and it's going to allow you to select either a landing page, your website, your mobile app, whatever it may be. And if you guys have created a specific landing page, it will actually be an option here to select. If you are looking to create a specific landing page for this postcard, that way you can market that specific listing, or if it's an event and you're looking to market that specific event, you can go ahead and click on Save Draft and create that landing page. And I'll drop, again, a tip video underneath this one that will show you guys how to create a landing page. I've already created one, so I'm just going to select that one here. But again, if you guys do want to go back and create a specific landing page to market whatever you're marketing or whatever your goal is for this postcard, by all means, you can save this as a draft and come right back into this step afterwards. You won't lose anything. I've created my landing page, so I'm going to go ahead and move forward. I have that one selected for this listing. And then I'm going to jump right into our configure targeting. You'll get this pop-up. So once you do go into configure targeting, there is no going back to this section. So make sure that everything you do want to have done is already done. I'm going to go ahead and click on yes. and this does usually take a second, all of the postcards are run through Real Mailers, which is a third-party platform. They're going to be the ones to essentially print these for you guys, as well as distribute them via USPS. From here, once this page loads, this is your targeting. So as of right now, the red dot is my targeting address. This is the listing address that I had added. If you guys are not promoting a specific listing, this little red dot should be just whichever address you guys added for targeting purposes. All these little blue dots are houses that are going to be getting this postcard, which is kind of cool. On the left-hand side, you guys are going to see where you can actually select your targeting. You can adjust the number of homes if you guys want to do 500, if you guys want to do 50, if you want to do 100, whatever it may be, you guys can actually type that in right here, and it will allow you to adjust that. I'll do 175 for this one. Underneath that, you guys can select property type. Pretty straightforward, single family, multifamily. Maybe if you're marketing a multifamily house, you want to specifically target multifamilies, which you'll notice will essentially just stretch out where you're targeting, which is completely fine. If you're looking to do just single family, it's only going to pull up single family homes within your targeting radius. I'm going to set that as all for right now. Then you also have bedrooms, square footage, year built. You guys can adjust this accordingly. So maybe you're only targeting houses that are 3 bedrooms, or maybe you want to target 2 bedrooms just in case they're looking to maybe upsize or downsize or whatever it may be based on the listing that you're maybe targeting or whatever you're promoting on that postcard. Then we have square footage. You can adjust based on square footage as well. Year built. I'll target that. I want to make sure that I'm staying generally in this area. And then year last sold. And then last sold for. You guys actually have access to adjust what the property went for. If, for example, maybe you're doing a postcard for a luxury listing, maybe you want to target other luxury listings, you can base it on whatever that luxury price is for your market center. From here, it has all of my little bubbles. All of my blue dots are going to be getting a postcard. You guys can zoom out. You may have to zoom out further depending on how specific or how general your information is added. From here, again, I selected the 4x6, so first class is the only option. If you guys are working with a different size, if you guys selected one of the other options, you can toggle back and forth between standard and first class, and you can see that price adjust. And once you've selected whichever one you want to move forward with, we're just going to go ahead and click on next. I'll give it a second to load. Our previews are going to show up here. You'll also see your order summary is showing up right here as well with your full total. It gives you an idea as far as what your estimated delivery is going to be, 4 to 6 days, USPS distribution, and then as well as same day processing. It has all of that information for you. When we're looking at the actual preview, we have the front of our postcard and then the back of our postcard. And then you'll notice right here, this is our QR code. So that QR code is going to allow your clients to hover their camera phone over that, and it's going to pull up whatever URL you chose as the destination URL. And really quick, what I'll do is I'm just going to show you guys the landing page that I have set up, so you can see what people will see when they hover their phone camera over that. We have this one. So I did a specific landing page. So I have Lori's information, and then once this loads, it will have all of the listing information populating, just a little bit more in-depth information than what the postcard can give. So it has all of the pictures available. It is taking a second to load. We just created this. And then it has all of the specs, all of the information on the property, where the property is located, as well as the interactive map, which is pretty cool. And then it also gives them a location to actually provide their information as a lead, which is huge. So if you guys did add that custom landing page on, this is essentially what it would look like. You can also create a custom landing page without listing information. There are plenty of options. You can create one that's maybe promoting an event or brand awareness, or maybe you did one with a bio about you and the years that you've been in real estate, whatever it may be. Or even if you just did your actual website, your command website, same idea. They'll have access to your entire command website, as well as the ability to provide their information as a lead. So that QR code just allows you to kind of make sure that you're allowing them to get access to your website or your mobile app or that landing page, as well as the actual postcard. So once you guys have confirmed that this looks correct, you guys can always view a larger view, which will allow you guys to see it a little bit more up close and personal. Make sure that everything looks correct. Make sure everything in the synopsis is spelt correctly. Double check your contact information. Just make sure everything looks good to go. Then you'll go ahead and add in your payment information. From there, it usually takes about 24 hours for everything to update under the campaign, which I do have the article pulled up from Keller Williams International. I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom. So once you guys do add in your credit card information, it's going to update right on the campaign section, and I'll show you guys within command. But what it's going to do is your direct mail number will adjust. It will go up by 1 or 2 or however many postcards that you've just purchased. And then it will change your status from draft to mailed. It will actually be a purple background, and then it will say mailed in white. That will let you know that the postcard has actually gone out, that your order's been received, and that they've been mailed out to your clients for you. So once you guys have added in all of that credit card information, you can go ahead and click on make payment, and then it will default you back to direct mail. So I'm just going to click on back just to show you guys. And mine as of right now is still showing as draft because I did not enter a credit card. However, again, once you guys do add that in within usually 24 hours, that will adjust to say mailed. And that's how you guys can set up your postcard with the pre-made templates. If you guys have any questions, just let us know.